There is a story Zhuangzi loved to tell, and it begins with a tree. Not a magnificent tree, mind you, but a great old oak standing by a village shrine, so wide that hundreds of oxen could shelter in its shade. Crowds came to gaze at it as if it were a marvel. A famous carpenter, walking past with his apprentices, did not even slow his step. The young men ran to catch up, breathless. "Master, we have never seen timber so splendid, and you would not give it a single look. Why?" The carpenter laughed. "That tree is good for nothing. Make a boat of it and the boat will sink. Make a coffin and it will rot. Make a door and the sap will ooze out. Make a pillar and the worms will eat it through. It is wood with no use at all, and that is exactly why it has lived so long." Now here is the part that makes the story Zhuangzi's and not merely a carpenter's joke. That night the great oak appeared to the carpenter in a dream and spoke. "What are you comparing me with? Your useful trees, the pear, the orange, the apple, are torn at the moment their fruit is ripe. Their great branches are snapped, their small ones stripped away. Their very usefulness makes their lives bitter and short. They do not last out the years heaven gave them. They are cut down in their prime. That is what comes of being useful to the world. As for me, I have spent my whole long life trying to be good for nothing, and now, at last, I am very good at it. My uselessness is precisely what serves me. Had I been useful, would I ever have grown this large?" Let that sink in for a moment. The tree is wise because it has refused to be valuable. It has stepped quietly out of the marketplace of worth, and in doing so, it has saved its own life and grown into something vast. Zhuangzi tells another version, gentler still. There was a man with a tree so gnarled and twisted that no carpenter would touch it. Its trunk was knotted, its branches bent every which way. People sneered at it as worthless. And Zhuangzi answered, "Why not plant such a tree in the wide and empty wild and then wander idly beside it, lie down and sleep in its shade? No axe will ever shorten its days. Nothing will harm it. Because it can be put to no use, what trouble could ever come to it? Its uselessness is its peace." We should be honest about how strange this sounds to us. We have been trained almost from birth to make ourselves useful, be productive, be valuable, be the kind of person an employer wants, a market rewards, a society can spend. We measure our worth by output, and we feel a low hum of anxiety whenever we are not producing something. To be called useless is one of our deepest fears. And Zhuangzi, with that mischievous smile of his, turns the whole thing upside down. He is not telling us to be lazy or to waste our gifts. He is asking a sharper question. Useful for whom and at what cost? The fruit tree is useful, yes, useful to those who break it apart. The straight, strong timber is useful, useful right up until it is felled and sawn. To be endlessly useful to others is often to be consumed by them. The person who can never say no, who is forever indispensable, who turns themselves into a tool for everyone's purposes, may find that there is nothing left of their own life at all. There is also a kind of useless that is the highest use of all. The afternoon spent doing nothing in particular. The conversation that leads nowhere and warms the heart. The walk with no destination. The hours of play that produce nothing a market would pay for, yet make us human. Zhuangzi knew that the most precious things in a life are the ones that refuse to be counted. They are useless in the way the great oak is useless, which is to say, they are alive, and they let us live. So the thread running through all of this is a quiet liberation. When you stop asking what you are good for, you are suddenly free to simply be. The crooked tree does not lie awake wondering if it is good enough. It does not chase success, does not compete to be chosen, does not bend itself out of shape to win approval. It grows the way it grows, and that very refusal to be valuable becomes the ground of its long, deep peace. Zhuangzi is inviting us to lay down the heavy load of proving our worth, to let go of the race, and to discover that a life does not need to be justified by its usefulness. It is enough that it is yours, lived in your own crooked, unrepeatable shape. In the next chapter, we go to the very heart of Zhuangzi's thinking. where even the words useful and useless begin to melt away. We will look at the equality of all things, at how he steps beyond right and wrong, beautiful and ugly, this and that, and rests instead at what he calls the axis of the Tao, the still center where all opposites turn.